stay within the frequency. What we need is to stay within the frequency of the Spirit. Once we stop receiving spiritual signals from God, it is possible that we have drifted from the frequency. And at such times, we may stop hearing God, or there will be confusing voices, and we will not be sure which one is which again. I came to realize that this is usually a common experience with everybody who has had a faith crisis, because once we can no longer hear God, who is our shepherd, calling out to us, we may begin to wander about without direction. Things may eventually become more confusing about our faith, and out of frustration, some persons may even decide to turn off the radio completely and begin to insinuate a lot of things about God. But the truth is that most of the times, it is usually our fault. It is not God who left us, but we are the ones who shifted. We are the ones who got distracted. And this drifting occurs gradually until we can no longer engage God. Loss of signal is an indication of how far we have drifted without even knowing it, and still thinking that we are still within reach. I realize that sometimes our work, the job we do, is one of the problems. When we could really have time to pray, study the Bible, or even go to church, we keep postponing it endlessly until we no longer remember there are necessary things to do. And with that, we have given our spirit life a big blow in the head. And of course, we may not start seeing the negative effects immediately, but over time, they will definitely show up in our experiences and even in our words. Those sinful habits that we have conquered before now may start dropping back gradually, and we will notice that we no longer have the ability to fight them. So, anything that takes our time and feeds us with something more material than spiritual most of the time is a danger to our spiritual life. And another example is social media. Very important. You know, sometimes we can spend a lot of time watching comedy and doing a lot of things online, and we forget it is already past our prayer time. And the fact is, those things will not willingly leave us to continue enjoying our fellowship with God. Rather, they will kill our passion, they will fight with it until we even begin to feel like praying or studying or even sharing God's word is optional, including going to church. So, we are the ones who should decide to step away from those distractions and seek to engage with God again. I said all these things because I have been there in my few years of experience in faith. But I know that God is always ready to help us if we can put forth that little effort from our end. We may not all be strong at the same time, but then it is necessary for those who could find strength at the time when others are weak to do their best by God's grace and help them up. God is with us, and definitely will keep growing from glory to glory.
So blow, blow, blow like a mighty wind, Spirit of victory, cover us with your wind.